I'm on my way to WWII Island in Zhejiang province. In my hand is a list of the Chinese fishermen who saved the 384 British POWs from a sunken ship and execution by the Japanese during World War II. This remarkable story commemorates the friendship between the British and the Chinese people that has spanned more than 8 decades. In 1942, the Lisbon Maru cargo ship carrying Japanese troops and 1,816 British prisoners of war was hit by a torpedo from a US submarine near the Zhoushan Islands. Several Japanese ships soon arrived at the scene, but only to extricate their own from the burning ship, leaving the POWs battened down in the cargo holds below. We're about 6 miles away from where Lisbon Maru was sunk, and we've seen some solar images of the wreck that became the permanent tomb for over 800 British POWs. Determined to survive, some of them managed to break out of the holds. However, they were shot by Japanese soldiers desperate to conceal their crimes. The story took a remarkable turn when a group of Chinese fishermen nearby decided to risk their lives and launched a daring rescue operation.
这个大沙滩跟那个小沙滩是当时落水那个英军战俘上岸的主要2个地方，因为那个里斯本湾沉船，这具体位置就是这个离我们青巴岛，2到3海里的那个海面上。
这个方向？
这个方向沉下去以后呢，这个英军战俘呢就漂在海面上。啊，我们当时这个岛上的那个渔民就第一时间发现了这个情况了以后呢，就摇着小舢板出去那个救人去。啊，
当年的渔民他们住在那个位置？像
我的家就住的是对面这个小山坡上，就在那呀。就上面。这渔民大多数的渔民呢，也住在这个小山村里边。他们第一时间发现这个海上的状况需要救人，那我们就摇着小舢板出去救人去。
The POWs were then brought into the village, where the villagers offered them clothes and the best food they had to offer. So I just found out that this was one of the homes of the villagers where the British POWs were hidden. It's reminiscent of a lot of the buildings back then where it's small and unable to house a lot of people. So over 100 British POWs stayed overnight in this building, which, as it turns out, used to be a temple. The next day, the Japanese army sealed off the entire island and carried out a massive door-to-door manhunt. To protect the villagers, the rescued British POWs eventually had to give themselves up. However, 3 of them managed to evade the capture with the help of the fishermen. This place, known as Children's Cave, was discovered by local children while they were playing. Thanks to its hidden entrance and the fact that only one person can pass at a time, it provided a perfect shelter against the Japanese blanket search.
83年前，里斯本外在这附近海域沉没，我爷爷救了3个英军俘虏。这3个英军俘虏为了不被日本兵抓走，我爷爷就把他们藏在这个下面的小海洞里面。每天有我奶奶和姑姑给他们一日送2次饭。因为我们当时这地方岛上也没有大米，就只能给他送一些南瓜、地瓜什么类的东西。每天给他那个用绳子吊下去，叫他们出来自己拿。
Days later, the 3 were safely escorted to Chongqing after the events that unfolded after Lisbon Maru sunk became known via the airwaves. The rescue mission was completed, but the story and the camaraderie forged during the ordeal lived on. This memorial features a design of interlocked arms emerging from turbulent waters. The design was inspired by rescuers' accounts of them hauling British POWs from the water. The memorial was unveiled this year on May 20th at an event in which 18 descendants of Lisbon Maru survivors attended. In 2005, Charles Jordan, one of the rescued POWs, came back to WWII Island to express his gratitude to the brave fishermen. This photo captured the touching moment of his reunion with Xinhua, one of the rescuers. Years later, some of the descendants of the survivors also returned to the island to honour this courageous story.
My father always said that he's got them to be grateful to for saving his life, that he wouldn't have survived otherwise. There are things like the Lisbon Maru and the Chinese fishermen that was a story that was never told, and it should be told, because of all these English prisoners of war that the Chinese fishermen rescued, that should be known, because because I don't think English people and that know about it, and if they did, I'm sure they'd be very pleased, very happy that it happened, you know.
As a Brit, it's amazing to be able to visit all the places connected to the rescue of British POWs and learn about the bravery and kindness of Chinese people. This heroic act is a testament to China and Britain fighting side by side as allies against fascist aggression. Its significance is even greater this year, which marks the 80th anniversary of the victory in the Chinese people's war of resistance against Japanese aggression and the World Anti-Fascist War. This shared history reminds us to honour the solidarity forged in the war, cherish the hard-won peace, and work together for a brighter future.